Beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Oh my God, don't come off. Okay, it's another 5-pounder. Almost completely spawned out. Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be fishing in the tracker you see behind me, the aluminum boat. Today I'm going to be fishing a public lake, but this public lake is different than the rest of the ones I fish because it is less than 60 acres. It's a mid 50 acre lake. So compared to every other lake I fish, which is several hundred or at least 100, 150, this is a very small lake, which for those of you guys that know, that means the lake is either going to be insanely good or terrible. Usually there's not really an in-between. I've got a lot of experience fishing this lake for several years, so I know it's insanely good. Hopefully this time of year, a lot of these fish are pre-spawn, on beds, and post-spawn. And now I'm not going to be sight fishing for these fish on beds, but if I'm blind casting into shallow areas, I'm going to be fishing super slow and dragging, because if you do come over a bed and a big one is there, hopefully she eats it. Like I said, this lake's crazy for how small it is, so I'm going to cut to it tomorrow morning when I get there. It's going to be super early, filming this intro the night before. I'm going to cut to the chest cam when I get there, so stay tuned and enjoy. Okay, out here on the boat, brought Tiny Klash Retro CT, which is huge, by the way, if you don't know what this lure is. Giant. Got a chatterbait, frog, buzzbait, jig, and a Texas rig. Only fun lures today. Water is chocolate milk brown because of the rain we've been getting. I need to blow up on the frog. Literally like 30 casts. That was a very small fish. It is currently like right at 6:15-ish right now, and the sun is already that high. So probably just gonna burn down this bank with the buzzbait until I get to a little bit deeper part. We're gonna do the Texas rig. Like the buzzbait and the frog, and more than this, I like the buzzbait more than the frog in situations like this where there's not grass, because of being able to cover more water. Now, unfortunately, this lake was full of beautiful, healthy green grass, and they killed it, is the unfortunate part about it. I was so excited for this time of year, and a little bit later, summer, getting here at 5 a.m., frog fishing it, and they killed it. So no frog fishing. Whenever there's an overhanging tree like this, though, where it's harder to skip a buzzbait, I will pick up the frog, because make a bad cast, you can just rip it out of the tree. And for a frog and a buzzbait, I always just throw all black for both lures. Now, it is like absolutely beautiful out, but the forecast until when I got out this morning at 5:30 was that it was supposed to rain all morning and all day. So there we go. We got a buzzbait fish. I will gladly take that. It's a probably 2-pounder on the buzzbait, because look at that gut on him. Look at that fish. Beautiful. All black buzzbait. Finally got one. It is 641. Now we need to catch a fish built like that, that's 24 inches long and weighs 12 pounds. It has been a minute since the last fish, and we finally got another one. Again on the buzzbait. I threw a jig for about the past hour or so and had literally no bites. Wind's blowing like 1,000 miles an hour back on this side of the lake, so I was like, I'll pick up the buzzbait in this wind and fish it until the sun's fully up or whatever. Get in here. Yes. We got a frog fish. 2.5 pounder. Hammered the frog. Little tiny patch of grass. The grass might be coming back in small patches. They killed it. But like I said, all black frog. Early in the morning. It's 7:20. Fish number 3. Third topwater fish too. Gotta love when they're eating topwater. Now we just need to get about a 8-pounder on the frog. Knew there would be a fish on that. Definitely not a giant, but as you guys can see right there on the camera, hopefully you can see it. Let me get him in a hooked little guy. And the frogfish, literally 2 minutes after let the other one go, there's a patch of this grass out here, and sadly it is dead grass. It is brown. Just threw a Texas rig in the middle of that grass mat and pulled a fish out of it. It's pretty cool. Don't have a braid set up with a Texas rig on it with like a super heavy punching weight, but I was like, if they don't eat the frog, I know there's gonna be a fish in that grass mat. Gotta flip the Texas rig in there and got one right away. I think the bigger fish are still all in beds, mostly. Surprising. Water's super dirty, but I'll take a tiny klash fish. Just cranking the tiny klash on these rocks like a giant crankbait. Thought that would be a huge fish because he was just running at me at the boat like the giant ones do, but definitely not that size we're after. But fun fish on the tiny klash. Giant. Oh my God, don't come off. Yes! Oh my God. Oh my God, came off in the net. How big is that? That's like five and some change. What a ridiculous looking fish. He's still hooked. Sadly, the third person camera died just a minute ago. I thought it was way bigger. I thought this was another 7. It's a 5 and some change. Oh, that's so awesome. Let me get a camera in this other GoPro. Just have him sitting in the water in the net right now. What a beast of a fish. Got this zeroed with the lip gripper on it. I just fished this bank topwater only. I was like, I'm gonna come back. That fish might go 6. There's a monster. Let's get it zeroed with the gripper on there. £5, 10 ounces. What a beast. Let's get this fish back in the net for a minute here. Okay, here we go. Look how this fish is built. What a freak of nature. 20 and a half. 20 and a half inches. 5 pounds, 10 ounces. What a brute. Absolute monster that is. Definitely spawning. One last look at the front camera. Not going to put her in the live well. Beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Got some third person shots for you guys in the GoPro. 5 pounds, 10 ounces. She was right here. Caught her literally right there at that cypress tree. Back to her bed she goes. Threw the tape measure in here the other day because I was so curious about fish that I've been catching here that are big like that. 20 and a half inches. That means the 7 I caught was probably, I'd say 22. Built the same way. Just absolute behemoths. Water's so dirty, I'm throwing a black and blue Texas rig. Usually catch them here gunning green pumpkin all year when the grass is still here. But when the grass is gone, gotta throw black and blue. I'll take it. Not a bad fish at all. Just cam, not recording. Now it is. So you guys are gonna see the hook set on that camera. Audio is not gonna be great. That's not a bad fish though. I will gladly take that. It's a good one. Second biggest of the day to that freak I just caught. Actually, yeah, I'd say so. Look at that cool black spot in his tail. Probably a 2.5, upper twos. Thank you, Mr. Fish. Really not that far away from where I just caught the giant one. Few, maybe 100 yards down the bank or so. That fish hammered it. Absolutely hammered it. I thought he'd be big. Not a bad one. Fat little guy. Super fat fish. Ridiculously built fish. Look at that thing. Texas rig, Texas rig, Texas rig. That fish was actually on a extremely large laydown right there that either guaranteed has a fish on it like that eats instantly like that, or you could make 100 flips to it and never get a bite. It doesn't make any sense. That fish did not eat it at all. So it's like the opposite of that last 2-pounder I caught, where he absolutely slammed it. But they're definitely eating the Texas rig good today. It's fun when you get days like this, where they're absolutely eating. Little tiny guy. Took my craw. Will not complain about a Texas rig bite though. One of the most fun ones there is when they're been a little bit since I caught one. This little guy just absolutely cranked the Texas rig. You are not big enough to be eating Texas rigs, mister. Nope, okay. You got about 10 years of growing worth doing before you should be eating. Jumped over to the bank where I started to refish a little bit. Right away. Just caught that monster. Just figured before leaving I'd refish some stuff, see if maybe some more new ones moved in, maybe something different. It's another big one. Okay. Do not come off. Don't. Yes! Oh my god, I refished this bank. I just got done saying I'm gonna refish this bank. I just caught another giant. Okay, it's another 5-pounder. Dude, look how he's hooked. Okay, this is insane. That is not past the barb. Look at this. All pressure on a bed, 100%. Let's get this fish into the live well for now. I did not think that fish was that big. I thought it was a 3-pounder. That's crazy. Lip gripper on. Zeroed. Come here. Oh, wow. This fish is bigger. I'm rocking in the wind, but 6'1", 6'1", 6 pounds, 1 ounce. That is an absolute brute of a fish. Sadly, she is pretty much not 100%, but a lot kind of spawned out. This fish is 22 inches long. Almost completely spawned out. Not 100% though. 6-pounder, 6'1". Look at that tail. Let's get a release. 6 pounds on the dot. Same day as the 5'10". Refished the same bank I fished this morning. Making different casts coming from a different direction. It's all it takes. Already had the live well ready. So crazy. That was insane. Oh, he's wrapped here in a tree. Get in here. That's why you use 20 pound. Oh, we just threw my craw. Dang it. That's why I used 20-pound fluorocarbon. Now a fish wrapped me in a tree and I just yanked him right out of it. Flipped up along the side of that. Laid on right there. Another upper one. Pushing 2-pounder. That fish took off 1,000 miles an hour. That was insane. Just over here refishing this bank again. Well, that was a fish running away with my line. Little guy. As I was saying, refishing this bank again where I caught the first big one. My Texas rig / jig setup that I absolutely love. As you see, there's the Texas rig out on it, and this is a Daiwa Coastal TWS 8-to-1 gear ratio. Love the fast gear ratio. I think it's got a pretty big handle on it too, just to winch the fish out. Need to put more line on it, but this reel's awesome. It's basically a Daiwa Tatula Elite, but it's just blue, and it's like the saltwater version, but it's cheaper because the new coastal's coming out, so these are on big clearance. So great reel. And paired with that, I've got a Shimano Expride. This is the 7.6 heavy. So this is an absolute meat stick, flipping stick, just gigantic rod. And I love this thing. It's got a ton of backbone, but it's not too much. I can use it as a light soft bait rod, like Mag Draft Freestyle, stuff like that. Works great for that too, but heavy cover. Got 20-pound fluorocarbon on there, 20-pounder Brazex, and you can really rip those fish out. As you guys saw, that one like 2-pounder wrapped me on a log, and now if like a 6-pounder wrapped me on around a log, this thing could handle it. So it's great for that. Throwing the frog on 65-pound braid, mojo bass, rod, St. Croix, and Shimano Scorpion, and then buzzbait favorite flares rod that I got at a farm at home for 60 bucks 5 years after the rods weren't in store anymore. Shimano Core 65-pound braid. Tiny Klash fish was on the Antares DC and the Leviathan Omega heavy. So that is definitely my most insane day of fishing this year. Besides the day I caught a 7, which is also at this lake. It's pretty crazy. This is a public lake, by the way. 0 other boats here today because it is a threat of rain, and it's 50 degrees and blowing 20 miles an hour in May. But now there's no one here. So I think the key to catching these biggest the biggest fish in the lake this time of year is terrible weather. I think the worse the weather is, the better the big fish bite. So definitely super excited and glad I had a day like this. It was pretty crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching.